I've got a little bit of an update for you regarding the refresh Model Y. Now, this is not really great news, but it does at least give us some indication of what Tesla is thinking on timing for the Model Y refresh. And unfortunately, the news today, it is canceled for at least 2024. So what exactly is the Model Y refresh and why does it even matter? Well, we just had the refresh Model 3 release earlier this year. I had a chance to drive one and it's pretty nice. There's a lot of nice upgrades. Of course, there are some things that have changed that are not so great, but overall, it's a really good upgrade. And those same type of upgrades are expected to land in the Model Y here very soon. Originally, we were thinking the second half of 2024, which is what has always been kind of the indication internally on when we should expect a refresh Model Y. And unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. Tesla Scope just recently released an internal communication from Tesla advising the situation. Apparently, there's been a lot of questions from consumers on when this refresh Model Y is coming, which is no surprise, and Tesla is officially telling their employees how to handle this situation. In this document, we can see, we heard your feedback that some customers are waiting to place their Model Y order as they anticipate a refresh similar to the Model 3. It's important that we communicate transparently and that there is no refresh for the Model Y launching this year. There's no better time for customers to start driving the world's best-selling vehicle in addition to the $7,500 tax credit at point of sale for eligible customers. We've provided a list of current incentives for existing owners and new customers. So far this year, we have had a plethora of incentives from Tesla, and we're only about 6 or 7 weeks into 2024. These incentives include things like full self-driving transfer, unlimited supercharging transfer, an extra $1,000 off of a Model Y taken delivery by the end of this month. And of course, for those who have a Cybertruck on order, you likely received a text from Tesla offering an additional $1,000 off. There are a lot of incentives available right now. As a matter of fact, if we look at Tesla's pricing right now, it's pretty incredible. Listen to this. So the existing price right now, including that extra $1,000 off that Tesla is offering for this month only, $42,990 for a rear-wheel drive Model Y. Add in the $7,500 point of sale tax credit, gets you to $35,490. And then if you have a Cybertruck on pre-order and have that $1,000 incentive, $34,490, under $35,000 for a rear-wheel drive Model Y. For the long-range Model Y at $47,990, $7,500 tax credit point of sale, $40,490, plus that other $1,000 for Cybertruck incentive, $39,490. These are some pretty incredible numbers that are available out there, and I actually heard from some of you where your local inventory, you have some pretty incredible deals. Matter of fact, even in my area, there's some pretty decent deals out there. Now, it is very hard to find a base model of any of this, so no color changes, no interior changes, no wheel changes, no tow hitch, all that stuff. But here's what I have available in my area to kind of give you an idea of what that landed price looks like. A rear-wheel drive Model Y, $41,270, $7,500 tax credit, plus that $1,000 Cybertruck incentive, $32,770 for a rear-wheel drive Model Y. That is incredible price. And if you want the long range, the cheapest long range I have in my area, $45,590, $7,500 tax credit, $1,000 Cybertruck incentive, or $37,090. And I put down here kind of a comparison of the Model 3, which has no incentives available, including tax credits. And there's also no inventory discounts available that I have. And we're looking at a pretty big gap in price between the Model 3 and the Model Y for the same trim. It's actually cheaper to get a Model Y in even a long-range all-wheel drive configuration with this inventory car than it is to get a brand new rear-wheel drive Model 3. It's crazy. It's incredible. It's an awesome deal. Almost $2,000 cheaper to get a long-range Model Y, which in my opinion is a no-brainer. But of course, the Model 3 does have some of these new nice features. And speaking of these new nice features, here's what's new in the refreshed Model 3 that will be making its way to the Model Y. We've got some awesome updates like acoustic glass, ambient lighting throughout, cooled seats in the front with these new seats in general, which are very comfortable. Front and rear display. So that rear display has been added and it's very nice to have. 17 speakers for the long range, 9 for the rear wheel drive. But even with the rear-wheel drives, the stereo is incredible, as is the usual for Tesla. The steering wheel is completely new and no stock, so your gear selector is on the screen now, and that also means that all your other stuff is on the steering wheel. Turn signals, but the horn has been put right back in the middle, thankfully, so horn's in the right place. We have blind spot monitors here on the A-pillars, which you can see a video of what that looks like in at least the Cybertruck. And all these changes are part of that refresh, or for the Model Y, it's known as Project Juniper, and Project Highland for the Model 3. So that Model 3 refresh that is available right now that you can purchase, that is what we're going to see for the Model Y. We anticipated, again, the second half of 2024, and Tesla is now communicating internally that they will not be bringing that out here this year. So unfortunately, there is no major update to the Model Y in 2024. We're going to have to wait another year till 2025. At least that's what they're saying for now. Anything could change, but honestly, if we look at all the things that are going on at Tesla right now, especially with Cybertruck, refresh Model 3 ramp, there's a lot happening, and that could be a lot of what is the delay. Now, we're still waiting on the refresh Model 3 Performance, or the Plaid Model 3, to hit the streets sometime very soon. So eyes open for that, of course, but that is the only thing missing right now for the Model 3. So if you look at inventory right now, there's almost no Model 3s out there. And if you order right now, it's not even guaranteed to happen this quarter. So there's a lot of demand for that. And that's going to be the same case for the Model Y. Now, is the Model Y refresh going to qualify for the tax credit, or is it also going to fall off the list like the Model 3 did? Well, I can't say with 100% certainty. However, I think there's an extremely likely situation that we see the Model Y continue to maintain that tax credit. And the reason is because unlike the Model 3, the batteries for the Model Y come from the United States, whether it's Reno, Texas, whatever. These batteries are produced here domestically, and because of that, the way they're produced, that's why the Model Y continues to get tax credit and the Model 3 does not. Model 3 rear-wheel drive, of course, gets its LFP batteries from CATL in China, and the long-range Model 3 actually gets them from Samsung in Korea, and that is why neither of those batteries are qualified. And the Performance Model 3 that just left did get its batteries from Reno, so when the Plaid or Performance Model 3 comes back, hopefully it maintains that same battery pack from Reno, because then it would qualify for that tax credit. So a bit of frustrating news, I suppose. I certainly am not a fan of this delay for the refreshed Model Y. I'm actually waiting for the refreshed Model Y to then make that change from our existing trusty 2021 Model Y, which has been amazing all this time. So once that refresh does hit, we certainly will be ordering it as soon as that happens. So I hope that this was a good update for you. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to catch you on the next one.